Yo, what's going on, you guys? This is your boy RBG, aka the Random Black Gamer, bringing you another video on Transformers the live action franchise. I hope all of you guys have been enjoying the Blu-rays to Transformers Rise of the Beast. I'm pretty sure that there have been a lot of revelations from all the behind the scenes features, such as what went into the process of making the film and where Paramount wants to take the movie franchise now, because I know that's still something that they are working on because the movie didn't do that well at the box office, and they're more than likely figuring out what they need to do in order to get those fans back on board. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about a character that hasn't been in a movie since 2017. We haven't seen this character for over 6 years, and that is the Decepticon highl Lord Megatron. Yeah, this guy, for whatever reason, Paramount has been keeping for a rainy day. He's been on the ice yet again, which I find crazy because this is one of the characters that you should include if you're gonna have Optimus Prime in a film. He's essentially the Joker to Optimus Prime's Batman and the leader to the opposing factions, so there's no reason why they don't have him in yet, especially after 2 movies into this new continuity. And I said what I said. I don't care if anybody gets butthurt about me saying that this is a new continuity. It is what it is at this point. The Michael Bay canon has been dead for quite some time, and it's time to move forward, guys. Like, come on now. But yeah, Megatron. We haven't seen this character since Transformers the Last Night, when he got super kicked out of Quintessa's base. And many have wondered why we haven't seen him, because we already heard rumors that he was originally going to appear in the Bumblebee movie, and they even had a deleted scene that was featured in the motion comic where they showed that he was in fact buried under Sector 7's base over in the Hoover Dam. That, in my honest opinion, was the perfect way to build the character up, because as you guys have noticed over the years when this character was included consistently in those other films, he went through a regression as opposed to a progression. And what I mean by this is that this character started off very strong, but as the sequels came along, he got weaker. And I didn't mind this, but it seemed like that progression just came at a rapid pace, because we saw this character come out of the gate as this strong, imposing, super villainous character where he was beating Optimus and all the other Autobots, ripping out Jazz's spark and eating it. And by the time the second film rolled around, he was playing a sidekick to the Fallen, and I felt like that came too soon. If you're gonna introduce a character that's responsible for starting up the Decepticons, why not wait until the 3rd or 4th film? But for whatever reason, Michael Bay and the producers thought it would be a brilliant idea to just raise these things to insanely high stakes, making it to where it would be impossible to top themselves by the time they got to Transformers the Last Night. And Megatron suffered because of this. Something that I've always hated about the Transformers movies is that they always have this item of the week kind of thing, where a character like Megatron needs the cube in order to restore the planet and destroy human life, and that gets destroyed, and all of a sudden the Star Harvester becomes this thing. You know, stuff like that that shows that the producers and writers don't really have a clear roadmap on where they want to go with the franchise, and they're just kind of coasting along and just throwing everything to the wall that'll stick for the time being. Obviously, there's an expansive amount of lore that they could have used, like showing Megatron's early beginnings as this gladiator that rose to the rankings and became this ultimate dictator of the Decepticons, but they just keep on throwing him in as if he's already established as such. And since he had such a consistent attendance record in those Bay films, I feel like the writers and producers think that he should be put on the ice because he's been overutilized. So they have to introduce the audience to some fresh new faces, i.e. Shatter and Dropkick, and the recent addition of Scourge. And don't get me wrong, all these guys have been cool introductions, but I feel like Megatron should be there. I mean, I know Shockwave was leading the Decepticons, but who was leading him? Did Megatron just go on vacation and just tell him to have at it, or what? So yeah, man, it's kind of unfortunate that we didn't get a chance to see Megatron in all his glory, especially if he is going to be featured in his G1 form this time around, as opposed to the just overly busy and balled up foil paper design that he had up in the Bay films. But we have gotten to see what this character is going to look like through different leaks and concepts. As a matter of fact, a few years ago, we got a chance to see how tall this character was going to be, and apparently he was going to be towering over Optimus Prime. And we've already gotten a chance to see how that's going to look in the newest entry that they're going to be coming out with, called Transformers 1, which is going to be an animated movie which will be covering the origins of Optimus Prime and Megatron's friendship shortly before the big war started. But anyways, instead of getting a full-on reveal of what Megatron would have looked like in this movie, we got it in the form of a silhouette, which shows how much of a difference he is in height compared to the rest of the Autobots. and he is absolutely a giant compared to Optimus Prime, and many fans had a problem with this, right, because they felt like Optimus and Megatron should be on the same level since they're for the most part equals in a sense. They stand eye to eye and they always have a face-off, and that's how it was up in the Bay films. If I'm not mistaken, Megatron was a few inches taller than Optimus Prime in those movies, but he wasn't just towering over him like he is in this picture right here. And what's crazy is that these movies have essentially downsized these characters from how they looked in the Bay films, because if you guys remember, they used to be 20 feet or taller up in the Michael Bay movies, but now they're like in the 10 to 15 feet range. And Megatron has essentially come back to that, you know, he's going back to being a 20-foot tall beast of a robot. And I don't necessarily think it's a foreign concept to make him that big, because we've had other renditions that have been super tall. Like we're talking like the Unicron trilogy Megatron, who was very tall compared to Optimus Prime, and he got bigger with each entry. And then you have the Transformers animated series Megatron, who was just as tall. And if anything, I feel like this movie will be adapting from that, because we've kind of seen Transformers animated stories get adapted where Megatron's head is severed and they're trying to restore his body, just like they do up in Age of Extinction. And since this new line of movies is going for that G1 look, I can see them adapting some of those design choices. And if you ask me, I think that's really gonna help Paramount out a lot, because if you guys haven't noticed, these movies take a lot of money to produce. An insane amount of time goes into the CGI, and especially when it comes to the transforming. But now that things have kind of become more simplified and we don't have all the little details and kibble when we see the characters transform, Paramount can essentially fall back and avoid the risk of losing a lot of money. But anyways, despite not getting an actual look at the character, we did eventually get a leaked image of what he would look like, and it looked very horrifying. Like, I don't know, man, he had this very scary zombified look to him, like something was pushing him to the brink of insanity. But I dig it, man. I love how he just looks super imposing, like he can destroy anything in his path. I'm pretty sure if Optimus Prime tried to run up, he would make quick work of him in a flash. And boy, I do not understand for the life of me why Paramount cut this guy out of the movie. Like, can you just imagine seeing a character like Bumblebee standing in the presence of Megatron and he's towering over him like something from Shadow of the Colossus with this dark silhouette over his body, but his fiery red optics are just piercing through the darkness? That right there would really breathe fresh new life into Megatron after he's just been bamboozled throughout the years in the Bay films. Anyways, besides that low quality image, we have got an idea of what the figure is going to look like. Allegedly, and I use that word mildly because I feel like this is going to happen and be confirmed later on, but allegedly Hasbro is working on a Studio Series Leader Class Megatron from the Bumblebee movie. And this image, which looks to be some kind of prototype, has been making its way around the internet. With the exception of these weird colors, it looks like it's going to be just like the concept art that was leaked a while back, and I can't wait to see what it's going to look like once it's fully painted in its original color scheme. But we really don't have to do that, because some talented fans went out of their way to Photoshop the right color scheme onto a full body model of this character, and it looks absolutely crazy, man. This thing looks like he's gonna really put in work, and I have a nagging suspicion that Paramount is gonna use this model because they're no stranger to reusing assets, especially concepts that were just kind of sitting there for a while. If you guys remember, a while back, Furio Tedeschi, who was this amazing concept designer, made this awesome design for Optimus Primal for Transformers The Last Knight, but for whatever reason it was scrapped. But that design would go on to be utilized in Transformers Rise of the Beast. So I'm not going to rule out the possibilities of that being the case for this Megatron design. It looks very good and it falls in line with the new character motif that they have going for them. So yeah, but anyways, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video because I had a blast making it. I believe this character deserves a lot of redemption and justice from the way he was treated in the previous continuity, and hopefully they do the right thing and introduce him, because this design looks crazy and it would be a shame to see it go to waste. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. Do you like the design, or do you feel like this model is a little too tall for Megatron? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, I ask that you like or dislike the video. It doesn't have to be a thumbs up, it can be a thumbs down, but I really appreciate it if you shared it with all your friends and followers on all the different social media outlets. Sharing really makes a difference. But once again, this is your boy RBG signing out on another video. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out. As a successful YouTube user, I often get questions asking what I use to get my videos tons of views. And the answer to that is TubeBuddy. This thing has helped me take my channel to the next level in ways I never imagined. It's a browser extension that helps new and experienced YouTubers grow fast and optimize their channels. I've been using this extension for years and it's constantly getting updated with new features, like the SEO tool that helps me come up with the perfect title, description, and tags to get more people to click on my videos. It even provides you with analytics beside your videos to see how much traffic your video is generating from various social media sites. The extension is absolutely free, but as a special offer, we're giving a 50% discount for channels that have less than 1,000 subscribers that purchase the Pro upgrade. All you have to do is enter in the code RisingStarBuddy. So if you're interested in starting a YouTube channel or taking your content to the next level, download the extension now. You can do so by clicking on this link that'll be provided in the description of this video.